Hello there everyone, and welcome to Shogun 2. And so we're here again with kicking butt, doing Total War battles. And we have advanced to do Shogun, as you can see here. And unlike the other replays for Napoleon and Empire, where it sort of records everything from deployment and so on. This one in Shogun, it actually starts directly as the game starts. So to have some time to actually check out the armies, I paused it. But hopefully we'll be able to go through this pretty quickly so we can get started. So first of all, he doesn't have, or there's some problem, or I can't remember what he said, but he has at least gone with one of the fall of the samurai factions, but he has fielded then only the melee units to equalize with my, since I've gone with Tokugawa. And so he has got quite a lot of these Yarikachi. No, it's Katanakachi actually. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 5 Bokachi as this general unit. Then he's got 4 units of Yariki. And on my side, I've got 4 units of Bo Ashigaru. I've got, let's see, I believe it was 4 Katana Samurai. We've got 1 Warrior Monk over here on the flank. And then in the back we got Yari Samurai. And then I wanted to test out, so we got here Benkei Blades, which is a special Naginata type unit. It's a hero unit. We got General here, it's the historical general, so we got Tokugawa Ieyasu, which I think is one of the generals with the most stars in the game. Then my cavalry, we've got 2 units of Yari cavalry with spears, so and then we got 2 units of Katana cavalry. And in the forest I've hidden a unit of Tokugawa mounted gunners, which is a special unit you can get if you buy, I think it's a DLC actually, where you get these guys, and they basically have matchlocks that they ride around with, and they're quite expensive, but they can be very deadly in the way when they discharge the guns. So I start off by moving up my troops, gaining some ground. Get a little bit concerned because I was hoping to have my gunners hidden there so I could swing around, but seeing as though he moved all of his cavalry over to that side got me a bit worried. Plus he's sending some Yarikachi over there, but no, he's actually forming a straight line. Now I believe that the Bokachi is equal to sort of, there's somewhere, I think stats wise they're in between the Bo Ashigaru and the Samurai Archers. But anyways, he's gonna win the bow fight. We've got a pretty cool thing gonna go down here. They're still hidden, my gunners. And rather than withdrawing, I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to get a shot off, sort of an ambush shot, and then ride away. And hopefully, I'm hoping that he's concentrating somewhere else, and so he won't actually be able to kill any of my guys. There we go, boom! We shoot quite a few of them, although he's able to turn them pretty quickly, and they charge in here. And you can see quite a few of my guys getting felled there. Blood is spewing as they're getting struck down by the spears they're carrying. Still managed to get away with only about 11 men casualty at this point. And they're unable to destroy the unit, although they take quite a look at that guy fall. They managed to take quite a few of us, and if you couldn't see, the morale was actually going down a lot. So he's retreating back. I think I'm about to turn the gunners around. Oh yes, this one's good. This one's one of the best. Well, we had a good shot there, but we're gonna get an even better one here. So we got this unit of bow-catchers standing here. From this range, none of them, of course, can see the enemy they're firing at with bows. At this point, I'd imagine they can hear the cavalry. Cavalry turns up, stops just there, takes aim, boom! Look at them. So like a shotgun blast, going straight in through the line. The unit is shocked beyond belief. The left flank has been almost obliterated, and they run away. So he calls in his cavalry to counter this. Problem is though, they're going in alone. So I'm not sure which cavalry unit has the better stats, the Yari cavalry, or the Yariki. But this unit was, I believe this unit was damaged a bit, and it still managed to, it looks as though it has a higher charge value, or the fact that it was able to wrap around my unit. Anyways, they're fighting, and I've sent in a Katana cavalry as well in there. So my plan was with the cavalry to get the charge bonus of the Yari to go in, and then hopefully get the Katana going in afterwards, as I haven't played it in a while, so I was expecting them to behave similar to what the Lancers behave in Napoleon Total War, where once the charge bonus
our general is in grave danger, my lord.
They become very vulnerable, and then a unit like the Katana cavalry would be able to cut them down. So I'm able to cut this one down. I also, as you can see, very important in Shogun is the general unit, and so I send him in here to help in the melee fight, which not necessarily best thing to do, but in this case the enemy here is so heavily outnumbered they can't hope to do any real damage. But the general unit is very important in Shogun. You can't lose him, and at the same time you have to use him. You have to move him up, you have to inspire units, you have to rally, you have to move in close. In a case like in this battle, this cavalry battle is going to go pretty darn tight, because they've just taken out this unit here and this one over here, and I have two depleted units here and the gunner. I don't want to lose the gunners by getting them into melee
Our men
fight,
are running from the
but by keeping the general around this area, I'm able to secure the morale superiority by the inspiring ability of just the general's presence. Plus also I'm able to shoot a bit with the gunners, which also gives the enemy a bit of a penalty. And I draw away because I don't want to lose the general, and if he tries to charge here, the gunners won't really stand. These two units are not doing too well over there, but here they go, coming in to try to support there. Gunners riding in, They actually miss the target,
Our men are running from the
and then they
battlefield.
come in from the
Shame
back
for
instead
display.
and shoot the enemy in the back. And I'm able to win the cav fight, but it is barely. I have lost all my cavalry units, and he has lost all of his. The only thing I have is my general and the gunners. The gunners still good, but it was a costly victory, which turned out to be equal in numbers when it comes to the casualties. So that could probably have been handled better, and maybe if I changed my cavalry units around a bit, I think the katana cavalry might have been a mistake. Same time as this is going on, we're having the bow fight here. Now I believe he had more bow units, and then his bow units are also better than my peasants. So my guys aren't doing that well, and then getting cut down. But I'm going to keep sort of charging in and out here and shooting at them. At the same time as he's doing this, as I'm doing this, he has sent off 3 of these katana to attack me here. I'm not entirely sure why, because I'm guessing he's trying to scare away my bow troops, but since he can't move up and then shoot on my melee units at the same time, it's pretty pointless. And at this point he's basically sent in 3 units, which are running and are getting tired, to be totally outnumbered by my force, and he still is not able to get through my skirmish line there. So I detach a few units here. Katana Samurai. I should probably have sent more troops in here. But this is what goes down. So in a Katana Kachi there's 200 men, and in my units there's 160. So I'm not entirely sure which one is best, but we actually rout one off the bat there. I guess they're the one that goes against the hero unit. I inspire the hero unit, and also I send in my Tokugawa warrior monks, do the war cry to hope to sort of shock these into submission. Not doing so well here though. This unit is getting cut down by the Katana Kachi. But once again you can see I have my general just over here. So even though these guys are down to 26 men, but they're still standing against a unit of 151. So the morale of having your general close is really important. So now it's just lost 3 units here, broken down and cut up. Not very good move there. Although we cut up quite a few of my troops as well. But I come out victorious out of that skirmish. But maybe not as good as I would have hoped. Bow units still fighting each other. He hasn't been able to get through that yet. Looks as though he's going for another charge here. On my left, to refocus and send some troops in again. Same time we have the gunners continuously riding backwards and forwards here, harassing his units. So they're coming in here, going in for another charge. We got the Beniki Blades, Naginata Warrior Monks, and a Yari Samurai going in to take care of them. Now they have already been bloodied, and as you can see the morale is not very great. And we've got Tokugawa Ieyasu, probably one of the best generals during the Sengoku Kuchitai period. inspiring his troops, and quite easily these guys are routed. Plus, I believe there's a possibility of an intimidation points there, sort of a morale penalty for the enemy by having one of these hero units being there. Now they get hit here by bows. That's not very good. It's unnecessary casualties. At this point I realize that my guys are tired and I want to redraw and refocus, so I redraw, try hide in forest, and hopefully try to drag him into doing one big melee charge against me. He charged up these Bokachi. I'm guessing they're out of arrows, or there's some micromanagement problem where he tell them to shoot on a unit and they continue, but I'm guessing they're out of ammo. And so I quickly move in my gunners to ride them down, and they're gone. He still has the bow advantage over me, but the bow advantage is not what's gonna save him. And so still you can see his general is off back here. There's never been really a direct threat towards him. I could have moved probably my gunners and shot at him already, but usually I don't like to target the enemy general, at least not in the early stages, or unless the general actually moves in fighting sort of himself. Now in Shogun it would be, if I would take out him, the morale penalty for his army would be so great that I could probably smash right through it. But usually I avoid that in Napoleon or any Total War really. But I think especially in Shogun, since it's such, the general is of such huge importance. I believe what you heard there was the fire bow ability, or the fire arrow ability. But the units are just out of each other's range, so they're not actually able to fire at each other. But we're actually going to exchange fire arrows. So I'm trying to constantly just harass his flank here, hoping that he will realize, or that he will sort of go into sort of charge in, because the more he just stays there, the more he loses. Now at this point he sends in the general straight forward, straight onto my gunners, which isn't a great thing to do. Now they just fired, so at this point they have to reload, so I redraw them. I was actually trying to micromanagement to hold their fire so they would target the general, or they could shoot at the general. Here goes the fire arrows down. I think we burnt that guy. Looks like we got gunners rode up and fired. They're gonna fall back, and then
one of our units has
gonna
used
move
all
in,
its
try to
ammunition,
shoot
my
at
lord.
this. Yep, they're gonna come in here for a charge. The gunners are ready. In great thunder, they managed to shoot them, and I moved them at the perfect time, moved them away. Although he sends his troops away, I turn them around, follows and shoots. And then we got the Yari Samurai, which have, I believe, the highest anti-cav bonus you can get in the game, or at least at that price. So I usually use one on each flank as anti-cav, and he charges straight into it.
My lord, Their general
plus
has
the gunners in the back.
Cutting blow.
His general's dead. The morale penalty for his entire army is really great. At the same time though, he's taken out all of my bowmen. But at this point, my main line has been standing here in the forest just resting. So my troops are well rested. His troops are well rested too. But I have my general. I have the gunners still able to fire, riding around doing quite a bit of damage. Really accurate. It's a really good unit if you manage to manage it correctly. And I believe it's my highest killer in the game. They get the most kills.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord.
Keep shooting here. The Bokachi unit doesn't really stand a chance. We got a lone there, gunner riding in and cutting down a soldier. So now this is what he got left. Also notice that there's a bit of disalignment here with my line. So you would see a flank maneuver through there. Also what you can see is you have actually, if you go, you might not be able to see it that close from here, or well, you can actually see it. You can see that there's a height difference. Let's actually go into slow-mo here. And he's gonna move pretty late, so a few of his units gonna be set up so they're actually fighting uphill. And I'm sending forth my troops. So right here I'm not expecting to win, but I'm hoping that the general will hold out here to actually have the unit stand until it's reinforced. We got the hero unit coming in here, hopefully with devastating results, plus the warrior monks. We got a lot of units coming in here, a lot of samurais going in there, and then we got these two samurai, this katana and Igari, and then the gunners here inflicting lots of damage. Now you have to imagine, there goes the war crying from the warrior monks. Now these guys have lost their general, and you can see his center here is breaking up. Quite a few of my troops are dying though, but the fact that they've lost the general, war cry, and my general now forming into the hold your ground square. You see there goes the massive break here through everything, plus the cavalry is now going in on the flank onto these Bokachi. They don't really stand a chance as I'm mopping them up, and I'm about to turn all of this back at them. Even if they would go for my general, his bodyguard is ready here to take them out. As you see there, they hold and they do not let any of them get through to my daimyo, which is not even looking in the way of the battle. And there you have it. Victory was achieved. And here we are for the statistics. So, he actually deployed more men than I did. Let's see here. Let's go into the actual unit statistics. Highest kill, as I said, Tokugawa mounted gunners. Then we got the Naginata warrior monks, killing quite a lot of troops. They also added on to the fact when they did their war cries to scare the enemy away. We've got the Benkei's blades, Not entirely sure. There's probably a better way to pronouncing that. That did quite a lot. He wasn't able to target them. The problem with such hero units is they're very expensive, and one of these units, I think this one costs 1,100 koku or points, and if that would have gone up, say, against the peasant matchlock unit, the matchlock unit costs somewhere, I think it costs 400, and it could have easily shot this one out, and you could have made a lot of, you could have taken a lot of points from me without spending too much. My bow units don't do that much, and my katana cavalry, which I said that was not that good of me to pick them. Yari cavalry did a lot better, and then katana samurai just to maintain the line, and then the Yari samurai to protect against cavalry, and they did well. The one cavalry they protected against when they fought the general there, so they protected the mounted gunners from actually coming into contact with the enemy general. On Kicking Butt's side, he obviously had the bow advantage, so his bowmen did a lot for him. Also his Yariki did good, and also we have a few of the Katana Kachi. The Katana Kachi probably have similar stats to the normal Katana Samurai for the, although this unit is it 40 men, 40 men more. Also the fact that the way in which his units sort of outstretched my units, sort of as they sort of wrapped around them, might have helped to that. I'm not so sure about that, but that might be something. General, complete waste, sending him in dying like that. But yeah, there's my analysis of this battle. For the Napoleon one we did before this, we actually did sort of, I did one and he did another. I'm not sure if he's posted that one yet, but for this one, I think we've done the same. So for this one you should probably be able to see Kicking Butt's analysis and his commentary over that one, of that battle. But yeah, we are doing this on Sundays, and at first they start off with us just doing one battle and then saying that's done. Now for the two latest times we've actually played, we've done two and then picked one of them to sort of showcase. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you for the next one. Bye.